so then, sixth graders in lesson 2, we're going to talk about evaluating expressions. Evaluating, okay? Whenever you see that word evaluating, it means to find the value or find the answer. It means find a number answer. Okay? So that's why I had you write this down. You find the answer to an expression when you are given a value or numbers to use for the variable that's in the expression. So yesterday we talked about how to write expressions if you're given some word form of the expressions. Today we're going to talk about how to find the answer if you're given a value for the variable. And so the process is to put that number into the expression in place of the variable. Or we call that substituting. Substitute the number. Substitute a given number. And whenever you are substituting the number, you should put parentheses around it. Okay? Here's why. What if you didn't put parentheses around this? So this says, Matt, look up here. This says 4m. Allison, does that mean 47? What does it mean?
Multiply.
Yeah, it means 4 times 7. But does this say 4 times 7? What does it say, Matt?
Says
No, right here. What number is that?
47.
47. So what is it missing? What should we put in between there? Go ahead, you know.
Nothing.
Well, there's nothing in between them now.
7 minus 18 divided by 3.
But does this mean 4? What does this mean? 4m. What did we learn yesterday when you see 4m? What does that mean to do? What operation does that mean, Andreas?
Multiply.
That means multiply 4 times m. And so we have to have a multiplication symbol in here. And the best one to use when you are substituting is what, class? Parentheses. Like it says right here. Always put parentheses around the number when you are substituting. Put parentheses around the number. Okay? So this says 4 times 7 minus 18 divided by 3. Now, what do you have to remember to do? In order to evaluate this, should we just do this in order? 4 times 7 is 28, and then minus 18 is 10 divided by 3. How many of you think we should do that? Should we do that? What should we do instead? Olivia? Use the order of operations. A. So we should do parentheses first, but there's only one number in parentheses, so that's already simplified. So what's the next step? Parentheses, then no. Exponents. Okay, PEMDAS. PEMDAS. 4 steps. Multiplication are in the same step. Addition and subtraction are in the same step. Okay? So what should we do? Matt?
just go left to right?
because that's not the rule.
Oh. but-
That's like saying, why can't we just run with the ball in basketball? It would be a lot easier,
Why can't we?
because there's a rule that says you have to do what?
Bounce the ball?
Yeah, what do we call that in basketball?
Oh my
you don't
goodness.
bounce- What is bouncing the ball in basketball called? Dribbling. You have to dribble in basketball. Wouldn't it be a lot easier if you could just run with it?
Yeah,
Okay?
Yeah, we're not playing rugby.
We're not playing rugby. We're playing basketball. We're not playing just some game. We're playing algebra.
I know, but you said earlier.
And in algebra, you have to use the order of
Operations.
Okay? So you have to follow these rules. You have to follow the rules. Would it be easier if you could just make up your own rules? Maybe, but then you wouldn't, yeah, exactly. Everybody, they wouldn't get the right answers. You wouldn't get the same answers. Okay? Everybody in the whole world, when they're doing math, follows the order of operations. When they're doing math. Okay? So, we have to there are no exponents, we can go to the next step. Multiply and divide in order from left to right. So this is 28 minus 6. Right? 18 divided by 3 is 6. And then subtract. And you get 22. Okay? Now sometimes you're given more than one value to put in. So then you have to do this twice, separately, and then circle your answers. So this says x squared plus 11. And then evaluate this for 7, and then for negative 3. So we're going to do two separate problems. Substitute in the 7 first. So watch everybody. Put the 7 in for x. 7 squared plus 11. What does that equal? 7 squared plus 11. Peter?
Wait, doesn't it say for x you do 7 minus 3?
No. It's giving you two values. It gives you 7 and then a comma,
Oh.
and then negative 3. So we have to do two different problems and find two different answers.
Oh, okay.
And then add
Okay,
them
we have to
together.
substitute them in separately. So 7 squared is, Peter, go ahead and finish.
49.
49 plus 11,
Yes.
60. Yeah, good.
My brain is.
7 squared is 49 plus 11 is 60. Then we substitute in the negative 3. Well, first of all, circle 60, because you always want to circle your answers when you're doing this. And then put in negative 3. Negative 3 in parentheses squared. Okay? You have to put parentheses around this one. This is an example of why parentheses are important. Because if you don't put parentheses around, then this is a completely different problem. Right, Johnny?
What?
You've learned this in algebra. If you don't have parentheses around this, then how is this different? Is the negative sign part of the base of the exponent? Without the parentheses? No, so what is the answer to this? What is negative 3 squared without parentheses?
Do you want me to?
Yeah.
Oh, it's 9.
No. It should be 9, but it's not because of the there's no parentheses. So it's
Negative 6.
negative, what's 3 squared?
Negative 9.
Negative 9. This is negative 9. If you don't put parentheses there, then the answer to this is negative 9. But it's not supposed to be negative 9. It's supposed to be what?
Positive?
positive 9 because it's supposed to be -3 times -3. Okay?
Yeah.
So in order to get the right answer, you have to put the parentheses in. Whoops. So this is -3 times -3, which is 9 plus 11 equals
20.
and circle it. Okay? So you have to remember your positive and negative multiplication and division and all that fun stuff you've been learning about computation with positive and negative numbers. Okay? Alright. Here's what I want you to do. Page 320. Do the evens 2 through 18. 2 through 18 evens.